Rob and Slim Show.
Hey, this is Mike McGee.
Mike, how you doing, dude?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good.
All right, man.
Stand-up poet from Silicon Valley, correct?
That is correct. San Jose, California, to be exact.
Nice. Have you been there your whole life, Mike?
I have, yeah. Well, yes. But I mean, like I was born in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, kind of on accident. And then,
that's how we all got here.
My dad, right. Yeah, I just kind of fell out one day, and my mom was like, "Oh, damn it,
that wasn't supposed to happen."
And then,
it's a Mike.
But I moved back. I moved here when I was a month old. My mom was from here. My dad was from here, and I basically was here until I was about 27. And then after I won the U.S. National Poetry Slam Individual Championship, I just started touring like crazy. I basically lived out of a suitcase all over the country, all over Canada and parts of Europe for like 10 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so there was a good chunk of time where I wasn't in San Jose. Like I would stop in, see family, go to my storage unit, you know, and then, but I was kind of everywhere else. I've lived in Worcester, Massachusetts. I've lived in Portland, Oregon. I've lived in Bellingham, Washington, and I've spent a lot of time. Probably 2 years in Vancouver, BC.
What's your favorite place to be?
You know, I have to say anywhere on the West Coast is fine by me.
West Coast. Okay.
I really, Portland is beautiful. Bellingham and Seattle are beautiful. Vancouver, BC. I mean, like LA, parts of LA are really, really wonderful, you know, cool. So it just depends. But I mean, I belong in San Jose. San Jose is my true home.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I love the city very much. And, honestly, can't imagine staying away that long ever again, you know?
Well, is that also your favorite, place to perform?
San Jose?
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely, in the last 3 years, I've definitely performed here more than just about any other. Because I haven't really toured a whole lot in the last 3 years. I've been really focusing on putting on shows and events here.
Okay.
Throughout Silicon Valley. And so, I would say, I mean, yeah, I guess, you know, I definitely got my chops here, you know, for sure. Like I started out, you know, I think of so many venues where it's like I could say, well, that was my first time I did that there, and first time I did this was over here, you know, and it's all within walking distance of where the house I live in right now.
Wow, you know? That's cool. That's really cool. Wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of history here. I mean, next year it would be 20 years that I've been involved with Poetry Slam and spoken word and comedy. So, you know, I'm an old dude in this scene for sure.
That's good though.
But
That's
I'm
good
young
to
at
be
heart.
that guy. It's good to be the veteran. Yeah.
Definitely feel like a vet, you know, when it comes to handling a microphone. You know, a little bit of PTSD. Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, how many poems do you write, like on a monthly basis?
I don't know, 2 or 3. Just depends on the month.
Yeah,
you know, because I'm busy. You know, I write other things as well. As a matter of fact, I'm about to get in a car while I do this interview with you guys.
Wow.
I'm about to get in a car and head over to this doing a video production, like an online TV show that's sort of like Silicon Valley comedy news. You know, we're calling it Hella News.
Cool.
And and so me and one of the writers and one of the co-hosts, he's coming to pick me up right now in front of my house, and we're gonna head over there. So, you know, I work on stuff like that. I also teach poetry. I just picked up a gig teaching poetry Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays over at my old high school. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to be doing that. So I do a lot of non-writing too, you know, like, because I organize so many different shows. I have a weekly open mic for literature. I have a couple of variety shows, monthly variety shows. Wow. They're pretty popular downtown that I host. So I play MC a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, like probably more than anything. I'm a host. I'm the master of ceremonies.
So cool.
We need a new word. We got to get rid of the master part of that. I don't feel like I'm a master of anything other than maybe Scrabble, and even there it's tenuous.
How do you teach poetry though? Like, is there like an equation to it? Like, or do you just have to have it in you?
No, I think it really comes down to who your students are, Yeah. If it's like this summer, I taught poetry to 10 and 11-year-olds, and I would say 2/3 of it was, Joey, quiet down, sit down, now focus. It was a lot of wrangling.
Yeah.
It was a lot of herding cats. It just depends on who it is. It's like, oh man, I got to get all these marbles back in this paper bag, that has a hole in it, and I have to carry it across town.
Across the highway. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm getting paid for this. But it's actually, but at the same time, I think about how if I had someone come in and say, hey, poetry's good. See how good this can be? Oh, you like it? Cool. You can do it too. Did you know that? You could do it? Oh, yeah. I want you to do it right now. If I had somebody that was like that in my life, I think I would have been a little happier a little sooner.
Yeah. Just encouraging. Yes. I do hear
and
that.
That's really, I think, the first job of a poetry teacher is encouraging, because everyone already knows what poetry is. Poetry is sort of an inherent soulful truth that you can't always describe. You just know it's real. You just know it's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like, as long as you're honest with yourself, and as long as you're honest with the folks that really want poetry in their life, and you let them speak, and you let them speak to what it is to their own experiences, they're going to appreciate it. And I think you as a teacher will appreciate it too, coming out of it. There's just something really, and also too, I come at it from a pretty comedic standpoint too, so I don't, I try not to limit how people want to express themselves. It doesn't have to always be serious. It doesn't have to always be, it doesn't have to always be funny either. Hence, that's why I call myself a stand-up poet, Yeah. So I just, try to.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I'm laughing at what you said about herding cats, because Slim's cat is opening his roommate's door right now.
We keep trying to get him to stop because you just hear this knocking.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he got in, and his roommate's door is like, okay, now it's closed. It was It was partially open.
Wow.
It's such a pain in the ass.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
What timing? See, that's poetry right there.
Now, Mike, I don't know how much we touched on it last time, but you grew up with spina bifida, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
And that, just for the audience, that's like a neural disorder?
It's a neural tube defect. So basically your spinal cord that's inside your vertebrae, right?
Yeah.
Your spinal cord. So there's so many different outcomes with regard to spina bifida, but basically it just means that you generally have a damaged spinal cord. Okay. And that can happen in so many different ways. So try to imagine a few vertebrae, right? Somewhere along your spine.
Yeah.
The higher up the damage occurs, the more damage to the rest of your body, the more limitations you're going to have to the rest of your body, right?
Yeah.
So if it's in the lower back, where mine happened,
that's what I thought,
you're probably still walking. You're probably, things are probably pretty okay. I mean, you're still gonna have some limitations, what have you, like I do.
Yeah.
But most people I meet with spina bifida it's usually higher up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's any correlation to where where it happens is how late it takes place in the womb, but it is a birth defect, meaning that everything happens within the womb, and a lot of the damage happens within the womb. And I think a long time ago, 20, 30, 40, 50, especially 60, 70 years ago, kids with spina bifida were sort of relegated to like, well, your kid is going to be useless, so just put them in a room somewhere and don't bring them out, because, any more damage to their spine is just going to ruin their life.
Oh, wow.
We don't know what to do here. There's nothing we can do. We can't fix this. Spinal injuries are, spinal injuries before 1950. It's like, oh, you're doomed.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about the spine. It's weird. We think it's made of cats. We're not sure.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So.
Wow.
So there's so many different outcomes with spina bifida, and and mine is just one story among millions. It's the second most common birth defect, just after heart disease.
Wow.
And most people don't realize that it's so common, and I think it's because it really was put on the back burner. It's like doctors didn't know what to do with it, so they didn't.
Wow.
Until finally. So finally, sometime around the 70s and 80s, they really started to do a lot of research. And I think even I was a bit of a guinea pig back when I was born in '76, because one of the minor pluses of being born on the border of Tennessee and Kentucky was that I was born near Nashville, not far from Nashville, where Vanderbilt Memorial Hospital is like the reigning champ of spina bifida science, and has been such since the mid '70s. So it's like I was born with spina bifida, and I happened to end up in a hospital that knew more about spina bifida than any other place, really.
Yeah.
And so that's, there's so much to it. I could go on and on and on, but I'm sure you have other medical questions for other guests throughout the evening.
I didn't know though, Mike, is it something that gets more manageable the older you get, or does it stay the same?
I would honestly say that it's pretty much stayed the same.
Yeah.
I have no bladder control because of it. I get migraines because of it. But not very often. Like the migraines come every once in a while. I live where there's, Do
you get where like you see funny because of the migraines, or?
I just like when I get a migraine, it's usually like once every couple of months. And it's like, I just need to go. I need to lay down because everything's too bright, everything's too loud.
Yeah,
and my head hurts.
Oh man,
it feels like my brain's trying to grow out of my skull.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Enlarge itself. So I can become. Who is the Ninja Turtles bad guy with the big brain guy?
Krang.
Oh, Krang.
Krang. Yeah, Krang.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. I feel like a really pissed off Krang, No wonder he hated the Ninja Turtles. He just had a migraine,
That's it. He just wanted
too much pizza and Mountain Dew.
He wanted to be in the dark somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to bring up how much of a dumbass I am, because Rob goes, oh, you grew up with this spina bifida, and I'm like, oh, who's that guy? Like, is he a celebrity or something? Like, I never heard of him before, and that's where my mind.
I thought I was talking about a rapper.
Yeah, I thought it was like you grew up with this rapper. I'm like, oh, that's really cool that you grew up with.
She's opening for Lady Gaga.
Oh man,
it's pronounced spina bifida. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh god.
This next song is really dear to my heart and really close to my spine.
Oh man, Mike, would you be able to do one of your poems for us?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I got a request for like, did I not?
Yes, yeah.
You guys wanted to hear like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. All right, here we go. So just a quick little disclaimer. I wrote this for a woman that I really liked, and I thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll write her a poem. I'll write her a 3-minute poem. She'll love it, and she'll fall in love with me, and we'll get married the next day, and it's all going to be perfect. So then I cornered her in her living room and was like, let me read you something. And I thought she was going to fall madly in love with me, and she didn't. But she at least liked the poem, and I hope you like it too. Here it goes. It's called Like. And this is how I performed it for her. I like you the way I like my wonton packed full of shrimp, like too much syrup on my pancakes, eggs, toast, beard, waffles, beard, chin, eyes, hair, oops. I like you like blue whales like to say, Time out real quick. Those of you who don't speak whale, that was very dirty. Time in. I like you a whole bunch of a lot. You are a pocket full of awesome. I like you not unlike Texans, and pretty much only Texans like Texas. Like fat kids like cake. Like 2 likes 3 and 4 like 6 because 5 has issues. Like tuna sandwiches like teeth. Like cherry-flavored Slurpees like to wash down convenience store nachos. Like lazy boys like Sunday afternoon asses. I like you a whole bunch of a lot. No, a little bit more. You're a bottomless basket of extra crispy French fries covered in awesome sauce. I like you similar to the way pirates and frat boys like booty. Like newlyweds like Holiday Inns. Like bohemians, yuppies, and the Japanese like sushi. Like David Copperfield likes performing grand scale, yet lame-ass feats of illusion. Like the U.S. government likes performing grand scale, yet lame-ass feats of illusion. Like testicles and homeboys like to hang. Like homeless people and breakdancers like cardboard. Like Americans like ranch dressing. Time out real quick. I hate ranch dressing. I think it's repulsive, but I know there's some of you out there who need to know how to make it on the cheap because you just can't afford it, but you need it in your life. So here's how you make it for free. Take a baby, feed it for about 20 minutes, and then make it nauseous. Don't shake it. Just make the baby nauseous. And then pour that over your chicken strips. Add salt and pepper to taste. Boom. Homemade ranch. Time in, back to the poem. I like you like Muppets like fisting. I like you a whole bunch of a lot and a whole lot more times infinity. And yeah, maybe that's starting to dip into the equation of love. Nevertheless, I got a thing for you. Like magnets got her for refrigerators. I'm stuck on you, and I like it. I like you an official metric buttload. I think you're a body full of soul, and I hope you like me back. Even if it's like dust likes furniture, at least you're all over me. And I'm making a pledge. Because I guess I'm just tired of meeting people who define themselves by the things they don't like. I just don't like that. But I do like holding you. The way your pillow holds your head when you sleep. The way gay, lesbian, transgender, transsexual, Irish, and Mexican people hold parades. The way the earth holds the moon and the sun holds the earth, and how they will constantly spin around each other forever. And I know that metaphor doesn't really make sense with regard to this poem, because that would imply that there were 3 of us, which could also be awesome. You get the idea. In my book, you rock, and I like rocks. Anyhow. Just because I spent an hour or so writing this down doesn't mean you have to like me back. But damn it, I would really, really like that. Thank you.
Awesome.
Mike, wow, dude. I love that. That is so great on so many levels. So good. So
but you
good.
don't like it, right?
I love it. I love it and like it. I like both. I like
and love.
How's she not with you? That's got to be the biggest compliment to get, like, as a woman, as anybody. Yeah. That's
right. But when you're an overbearing, chubby, dude who, doesn't really understand how to approach women at all,
I don't know,
and you're just like, listen to this poem, tell me what you think of me, like, it can, it's a lot. It's a lot to take on.
Yeah.
Especially in your mid 20s. It's like you've been in a couple of bad relationships. And all of a sudden here's this
Right.
loud, obnoxious, hairy dude who's like, I think you're the greatest. I want to take care of you forever. And I don't know how.
I have no skills to do that, but I want that.
Yeah.
The way I envisioned
want all those things.
The way I envisioned it too is like she walks in her house, the lights are off, and she turns the lights on, and you're just standing there. You're like, I wrote you this poem.
I wrote this for you. Listen. Like,
Sit down and listen.
But I have to take a shit. I don't care. I'll meet you inside.
I'll be
do it
right
through the
outside.
door.
Yes, exactly. Just leave the fan off so you can hear it.
Right, exactly.
It's still amazing. Mike, what upcoming gigs or projects do you have going on?
Well, let's see. I got doing a few shows up in Portland, Oregon later this month, like right just before Thanksgiving, and then I'll be. I think I'm home for the rest of the year, and I just have so many shows in San Jose right now, so throughout Silicon Valley. So if anyone's ever passing through here, just look me up. You can find me at mightymikemcgee.com, and every possible way to reach me is on there.
Cool, dude. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, dude.
Of course, yeah. Rob and Slim, I love you guys.
Love
You're the
you,
best.
Mike. You're amazing. You're amazing. Such a cool dude.
I really appreciate that.
No worries, dude. We'll talk soon, Mike.
All right, man. Be well, you guys.
You too,
Yeah,
brother.
take care, man.
Later.
Later, dude.